Okay, just because I'm like... What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Naja Brene. Now, I thought this would be interesting to do like a video of my thoughts on Money in the Bank, because I usually just talk in the group chat or just blast Twitter with it. But it's like, you know what? Might as well talk about, you know, my take on Money in the Bank, how I felt about Money in the Bank. Cause oh, but we're gonna get right into the video. I also have like some little reactions I recorded, like as like I picked up my phone and like recorded as something was happening. And I'm still, if you watched Money in the Bank live already, or you just, I don't know, I'm pretty sure people watching this have seen Money in the Bank. I'm still shaking from how Money in the Bank ended, bro. Like, first things first, we're gonna go into the pre-show. I'm not gonna talk about who was on the panel for the pre-show. Everybody knows how we feel about these Hall of Famers all the time on the pre-show, and it's just them. So yeah. Now the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, now that was a great match. Like, that was a banger match. The Usos never not put on a banger match, and I'm so happy they are 7-time tag team champions now. Congrats to Ray and Dominic, though, for making history as the first ever father-son tag team championships, or just the father-son tag team in general, to be honest. Yeah, that match was honestly great, and I liked how, because, you know, the Usos are heel now, so they use that heel tactic to win, and I was excited either way. Like, I'm so happy they won, because the Usos is like probably one of my top favorite tag teams in the WWE, and well, the current roster right now, and honestly they deserve it. And I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I'll just talk about the Usos and probably start crying. Now, moving on to the women's Money in the Bank match. First of all, Alexa standing there basically the whole friggin' first 15 minutes when they were doing the entrance and everybody was just fighting. Alexa just standing there, and then tried to do her little magic voodoo stuff for the briefcase to fall down. Just because there's Alexa Bliss, I'm pretty sure there's Alexa Bliss fans watching. I'm not going to talk trash, but I'm tired of her gimmick. I'm tired of it. And I'm so glad she didn't win, because she was supposedly the favorite to win. Now, I don't care if this sounds biased as hell. Naomi had some of the best spots in this Money in the Bank match. Naomi and Liv Morgan had the biggest pops when they got on that ladder. Then all the women got on the ladder. And Nikki, almost superhero, just casually goes up, climbs on people, and grabs the briefcase. All I'm gonna say is, why would you hype up Liv Morgan for weeks? I'm thinking, oh, okay, Liv's gonna win Money in the Bank, but, you know, I want my girl Naomi to win Money in the Bank. I want Money in the Bank, and I want her to get another title ring, you know, because she's only been a SmackDown champ. I'm like, you know, she's on Raw right now, at least until the draft comes, even if she does move to SmackDown, which I'm pretty sure she will. I wanted Naomi to win too, because she deserves it. Naomi honestly deserves it. Like, Naomi is amazing in the ring. She puts on banger matches, and with what they give her, she always produces her best in every match. So I honestly, truly, and wholeheartedly saying, Naomi was robbed again, and Liv too, because they got the biggest pops. Liv was being pushed for weeks for literally no reason, because she lost to Nikki, almost a superhero. That's all I'm gonna say on the women's match. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say on the women's match, because that match pissed me off and I almost wanted to turn the entire pay-per-view off. Oh, and I don't know how I forgot about this match. Bobby and Kofi. There's not much to say about it. Kofi couldn't even get a hit in at all. And that's all I'm gonna say about that match. So I gotta take my glasses off of this. I know y'all heard the pop Naomi got. I know y'all heard the pop Liv got. Why in the phenomenal fuck did Nikki Cross win? Who even wanted Nikki to win? And then Kofi losing to Bobby. I mean, I saw it, but I wanted Kofi to win. But Kofi couldn't even get a hit in. Then we move on to AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really didn't pay attention to that match like as I should have, because I already know AJ Styles and Omos were gonna win anyway. I mean, look at Omos. Look at him. And say they ain't winning. I predicted they were gonna win. That's all I really have to say on their match. Then moving forward to Charlotte and Rhea Ripley's match. Now, I do like Charlotte. I'm not the biggest Charlotte fan. Charlotte has also had 1,000,002 title reigns. But when I tell you I rooted for Charlotte so hard this match, because Rhea, don't get me wrong, Rhea just been... She's been a boring champion. She's been a boring champion. Everybody will agree. Like, her reign is boring. Like, I'd rather see another Charlotte reign than have Rhea's reign go on a little longer. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about Rhea. Is her reign just wasn't. It really was not interesting at all to me. So, and honestly, Charlotte carried that match. She honestly carried that match. I honestly didn't expect that match to be as good as it was, even though I knew Charlotte was gonna win, but the little slither of me thought, you know, Rhea was gonna retain. I was like, no, that can't happen. Like, that's what I will say. They did put on a really good match, and that match was probably, I'll say probably, maybe, I mean, it was only like 7 matches. I would put it in like top 4 of the matches of the night, just from Charlotte alone, because Charlotte was really like, Charlotte was going in on that match. Hold on, I'm mid men's Money in the Bank about to start, and hold on. Peacock, what is this? What is this, Peacock? What is this? What is this? Please, what is this? Now swiftly moving on to the men's. Now swiftly moving on to the men's Money in the Bank match. I was already hyping it up. I wanted Big E to win. Big E, literally, it's time for Big E's like huge ass push. It is time for that. Now, the men's Money in the Bank match was actually really good. Like, really good. And like I said, there was room for Big E, but truth be told, I wanted anybody on SmackDown to win. I love Drew. I did not want Drew to win. Drew has been in the main title picture since WrestleMania 2020. Mans need a break. Time for a new champ or somebody else to dethrone Bobby. Something. I don't know. Drew was not the favorite in this match. Stinky Foot Man. I'm not gonna speak too much because if you know, you know. Just Scat McGriddle is not. I wasn't rooting for Ricochet either, Mr. Wyatt Ball. Don't get me wrong, he's great in the ring. It's just no. John Morrison, I wouldn't be mad if John Morrison won, you know, Mr. Johnny Drip Drip, but still, I wanted somebody from SmackDown to win. Now, Seth would have been cool, but I wanted my Seth and Edge feud at the next pay-per-view at SummerSlam, you know, so they can build up to it like they have been. They've been doing it just little by little, just little by little. Like, I didn't want Seth to win. I wouldn't be mad if Seth won, but KO, I didn't mind KO winning either. Shinsuke would have been really cool too, but I was rooting for Big E all the way, and Big E won. Now, let's talk about how Big E is literally the first African-American man to win Money in the Bank. Like, that's huge. Like, this man literally just etched his name in history, like, even more. Like, this whole video would just be like me saying my admiration for Big E. But the men's Money in the Bank match did not disappoint, like, at all. That's definitely like in top 3 of the whole, just the whole pay-per-view in general. Just Big E winning alone, and the pop he had when he did the big ending on Seth from the ladder. I'm so happy Big E won. I'm so happy, like, everybody is happy Big E won. Like, excuse me, I'm shaking. Let's fucking go! That's 2021 Money in the Bank winner, Big E! Now, moving on to the main event, Roman Reigns versus Edge. Now, Roman Reigns always puts on good matches. Like, as you can see, he's like one of my favorite wrestlers. Like, his chemistry with just anybody in the ring is just, it's amazing. Okay, because this whole video would just be me talking about Roman Reigns. Which leads me to say, I have never been so nervous since he's been Universal Champ for a match ever, because if not anybody, Edge could have been the one to dethrone him almost at an entire year at that as Universal Champ. Like, when I tell you I was standing like this, I was standing on my chair, I was sweating and shaking the entire match. That's how good that match was. Like, I wish I had a WWE network so I don't have to, you know, fast forward all through Peacock just to watch that match again. I would literally watch that match again. Like, I was sitting shaking, I was sweating, I was on the edge of my seat, I was standing up. Like, then with the ref going and Roman trying to put the chair piece in Edge's mouth, and he was fading, but there was still no ref. Then the Usos came, and I was just like, and then Seth comes and kicks Edge in the back of the neck. In the back of his neck. Oh, wait, and then I forgot the Usos tried to come out and help Roman, but then the Mysterios helped Edge, and that's when Seth came and hit Edge in the back of the neck. Then after that, I was just like, I was sweating, I was hyperventilating. Like, I get into wrestling, but I never gotten into a match as hard as I've gotten into Roman Reigns and Edge's match. Like, that had me on the edge of my seat. I wasn't even touching my phone, none of that. Like, so then Seth coming back and basically giving Roman the win, it was a sigh of relief, because I genuinely want Roman, because he's a great heel. You can't deny that. Like, he's doing amazing work as a heel with the heel tactics and everything. Like, he's doing a great job as a heel, and I want him to have like a Brock Lesnar kind of reign. You know, how long was it? It was like 500 something days, I think if I'm thinking correctly, it was almost 2 years Brock Lesnar had I'll Google that later, but I want him to have probably the longest reign possible until someone, like, I don't know, until someone, I guess everyone believes is ready to, like, you know, there you go. Like, I love this everything, just that match itself, by far the best match of the night. The best match of the night. You can't tell me otherwise, that this Roman versus Edge wasn't the best match of the night, as people were calling it the dream match. I will agree, it was definitely a dream match. I wish I would have saw more spears though, but Roman basically spearing himself into the barricade, and then Edge spearing him in the other barricade. What? And then at the end of the match, you know, it's been going around for like months now that, you know, it's going to be a huge return. It was going to be Cena, Brock. Who knew? I was prepared for, well, I thought I was prepared for a big return. I wasn't prepared for a big return. I was not prepared for the return we got tonight. Like, and I'll insert me literally like freaking out real time about the big return. Okay, just cause I'm like, it's excuse my yelling, I'm about to start crying, but I'm shaking so hard right now. What's Jonathan Cena? Oh my God. John Cena. Like, I was literally, like, as you saw in the clip, like, I was like, okay, because someone's saying, because people at the WWE network are like maybe a little bit ahead of us in the US with this trashy behind Peacock network. So I saw people saying like, oh, there's a big pop, I was like, okay, let me record myself, you know, just in case, because I'm full on prepared to see like Brock Lesnar and see like Paul Heyman. I was like, sorry, I'm still excited. The pay-per-view literally just ended. But I'm full on like prepared to see like Brock Lesnar, you know, and Paul Heyman's like reaction and Roman's reaction to Brock Lesnar, which I still really want to see. I heard the trumpet. I tell you, my throat is still sore. I'm still talking really loud because I know when I wake up in the morning, my voice is going to be gone. But when I tell you, I screamed to the top of my lungs. I was shaking. I was crying. Like, I don't think I've said this in videos before. Maybe I have. But the main people who got me into wrestling it was, I say men-wise, it's Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, John Cena. And to be honest, maybe it's just, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels this way, but wrestling has just felt so different without John Cena. So hearing his theme song and hearing how loud the pop was, I couldn't even like process it. Like, I was hyperventilating and I couldn't even get his name out. Like, y'all don't, I'm trying not to cry. Y'all don't understand how, I think you can see I'm literally about to cry, but y'all don't understand how excited I am to see basically my favorite wrestler from childhood versus my favorite wrestler now, with this possible feud. Not possible, it's definitely going to be a thing. Like at SummerSlam, I'm still just trying to process Money in the Bank in general, but overall, I'll say it was, it started off good with the Usos winning. Everybody was pretty much, I'm not gonna knock Nikki, congratulations, but a lot of people were pissed Nikki won. I really didn't care for the Raw Tag Team Champions match because it's AJ and Omos versus the Viking Raiders. And then it started to pick back up. I say like halfway through Charlotte and Rhea's match. My phone died mid-sentence. But overall, I would rate Money in the Bank maybe an 8 out of 10. I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I feel like if the women's Money in the Bank match was the outcome was, you know, a fan favorite or the popular person, I would give it a 9. But I give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I think the crowd honestly made it 10 times better, just from the reactions alone and the chants they were doing. But I'd honestly give Money in the Bank an 8.5 out of 10. That's me. That's my opinion. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, again, it's my opinion. It's how I feel about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of this, you know, let me know, because you know your girl love wrestling and I got opinions. So I'm thinking about doing this after every like pay-per-view at least. Like, I think this is fun for me. Like, for me, for you guys to interact, you know, the people that watch, you know, that watch my WWE stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.